Welcome back, everyone, to What I Know Now. I am your host, the Brick City Brown Chick, and you may have noticed that there is not a new episode for the podcast this week. It is Thursday. This is the day that the episodes always come out. There is not an episode this week, and I just wanted to come on here and let you know why that is and where my thinking is in terms of the podcast. I have done this podcast for 27 episodes now, which is a little over 6 months. And I have to be really honest because I don't know any other way to be and say that I have been really disappointed in how the podcast has or has not taken off. I understand enough about podcasts to know that most of them don't blow up overnight unless the people doing it are famous. And I've never had the expectation that this would become, a hundreds of thousands of people podcast. This is about life and experiences and coping. And so this is not a podcast about celebrities or gossip or any of the things that hundreds of thousands of people want to listen to. However, I did expect this to resonate with more people than it has up until this point. I am a person who believes very strongly in finishing what you start. And when I started this podcast, what I said to myself was I was going to do it for a year. I was going to do episodes on a weekly basis for a year, and then I would sit down and evaluate whether it was something I thought people were getting use out of and whether it made sense for me to continue. That is still the plan. So I will be returning to the podcast in a couple of weeks. But right now, what I need to do is focus on aspects of the podcast that I think could be better, need improvement, how I'm going to advertise the podcast differently so that the podcast will be received by the people I think who should be receiving it. So I am going to be taking, I thought this morning the word I was going to use was sabbatical, but if you come from an academic background, sabbatical is not the word you want to use because that means you're going to be gone for an extended period of time. So I realized the word I need to use is hiatus. So I'm going to take a couple of weeks hiatus and do some thinking and some planning. And then I will be back and we will continue with these episodes. I have a lot more to say. I know that's surprising. I've talked for 26, 27 episodes, but I still do have a lot to say and a lot more experiences and advice and wisdom to share. And I am not predicating doing this podcast on whether it's popular or not. I just need to have some time and some space and some breathing room and not be on this weekly clock when I think there are things that need to be changed. So understand I will be back 3 weeks from now with a new episode. I've got episodes planned and I will continue to move forward, but I just wanted to let you know the headspace I'm in right now, and why there won't be new episodes for a couple of weeks. So I want to thank my loyal listeners who have been here every week, a couple of you since the beginning. So I really want to tell you thank you, and I appreciate your support. And I look forward to bringing you more of what I know now in a few weeks. So thank you, everybody. You can catch this podcast wherever you get your podcasts and also on YouTube if you'd like to see me as well as hear me. And I look forward to seeing you all when I come back. Take care.